department. Then you made another motion to try to do the right thing, get together, negotiate with them. And if not, if you couldn't resolve that, leave the option open to instruct Mr. Tatoris to file a legal action. But then there was no negotiation, there was no attempt, no nothing, and we spent taxpayers' dollars to pay Mr. Tatoris to file a legal action against him without the negotiation period. And Tammy, I'm not trying to single you out, but I've heard so many times, follow the law, follow the law, follow the law, and I support that. But it applies to everybody out there, okay? You repeatedly hammer Ms. Croft, and I've heard about her doing stuff on her own actions without the board. That the power, your powers, are as a board. The 5 of you have the power. No one board member. So what right and why would you do exactly what you're criticizing her? And I said, if Ms. Croft's doing something wrong or anybody else, bring it up. Bring it out in the open, everybody. I'll support it. But why is it not okay for her and it's okay for you to do something solely on your own action to instruct Mr. Tatoris to spend our money to file a legal suit against our police department with our money? That's wrong. And then who's going to defend? Now think about it. So we as a township, you as a board are instructing our solicitor, who we pay, our taxpayers' dollars, to sue our police department, who our taxpayers' dollars pay again. So are you guys as a board, if somebody else is suing, if somebody had a complaint against the police department in this board, or in this room, would it not be the township's duty to defend the police department with insurance? So are we going to pay also to defend the police department? It's wrong. It's absolutely, positively wrong. And it applies to everybody, not one person. So,
That's 5 minutes, Jay.
well, no, okay. Well, I'm going to take another minute because here's the thing. So, I am not going to abide by rules, and here's why. You guys didn't do it properly. It says right on here, meeting rules of conduct. Review previous township resolution adopted by township establishing meeting rules, including rules of order, rules of conduct, and regulations for the meeting minutes and agenda of its public meeting. A, read rules of conduct to the audience. You didn't read them, you didn't review them, so they don't apply, and you already passed it. So you cannot enforce it this meeting. If you want to do it next meeting, do it right. But you can't enforce them at this meeting. Am I wrong, Mr. Tatoris?
You have a resolution that is similar to an ordinance, okay? Once the board passes it, I don't care how many meetings ago or how many years ago, that resolution and that ordinance, unless it has a sunset provision that expires at a certain point, is still your law and is still your policy. So you don't have to adopt it. All that information on the agenda, at the beginning of the agenda, was all information because, I mean, reasonably, I think everybody here would have expected you to have questions. Well, wait, this is new. So they tried to put information on the agenda to try to explain the situation, and even gave you copies of it, and to let you know this is what we're going to follow. Let's be honest. Last month's meeting was not entirely orderly. These rules are designed to keep the meetings run in an orderly fashion. Under the Pennsylvania Sunshine Law, all that a municipal body is required and lawfully obligated to do is offer public comment on agenda items. So that the agenda is set up that way. But those rules also provide, if the chair so directs, can extend public comment at the end of the meeting as well. So, I mean, unless everybody wants to stay here till midnight, these rules are designed to keep us. This is a voting meeting, to keep us moving in an orderly fashion and dealing with the problems that are on the table, not what everybody else wants to talk about. These public meetings is not an opportunity for every person in the township, and I mean no disrespect, to bring a soapbox and talk about whatever you want.
Says
That's the
you.
bottom line. No, that's the law, Mr. Shingle, but if the majority of the board wants to run it a different way, they can. But you voted to change the rules, and that got voted down. So, you know, I would hope that as supervisors, as municipal officials, you would follow the law and follow your own policy. You don't have to like it, but set an example for everybody in the room to follow.
I absolutely will not, and I will not be silenced. And I don't think they should be silenced.
Mr. Doris, again, all due respect, we've always had public comment at the end of the agenda as well, okay? And give us a little leeway here, okay? It's the first, please let me finish.
I understand you asked me to answer a question.
Okay,
I just
and,
answered.
and I'm gonna argue that in a minute,
Okay.
but my point is, this is a new board, it's the first meeting. The reorganization meeting was the reorganization meeting. A lot of stuff happened, come in like a bull in a china shop, okay? So they should give the people, I agree we don't be here meeting after meeting till midnight for years to come. But this is a new group, a new board, obviously there's a lot of concerned citizens here. You should take as long as it takes. You know why? Because it's important. These
And I understand
are the taxpayers, these are the residents.
They're giving you an opportunity to talk, but also give the board an opportunity to conduct its
You're
business.
trying to run
Then when
a
you get to the end of the agenda, you know, then Rick might say, hey, all right, let's open up the floor to other issues.
Only if you tell him to.
There is an easy solution to that. I'll propose it now, I proposed it back then. Just keep it how we had it and allow the people to comment on the agenda items as you go over them, because that's the proper way to do it. You can't possibly comment or have a question about something before it's discussed.
But the problem is, they voted down the motion already. You gotta respect that.
Okay, well then, okay, so my answer to that is, follow me. This agenda, they made a motion, they voted to approve the agenda, correct? Okay, on that agenda, what is so we got call the meeting order, pledge allegiance, announcement and recording, then the meeting rules of conduct. And it says to review the previous ones in a resolution. Then it says to read the rules of conduct to the audience, okay? So they voted on that, right? And to proceed, and they passed that without doing what it says on the agenda that they approved.
That's not official action. There were no motions associated with it. It was all.
They absolutely did make a motion and approve the agenda.
Yes, after Rick read all that.
He didn't read it.
He,
He didn't read it.
you're missing my point. The agenda was adopted after he read that information. That was just informational for all of you. It wasn't, you're treating that information like it was a.
I'm just treating it like it says in black and white. That's all there is to it.
Okay, but what you're reading about is at the top of the agenda. The motion to adopt the agenda is what? 4 or 5 lines down, right?
Right.
Right, that's everything afterwards.
They-
They made a motion to adopt everything afterwards, which includes public participation. And that's where we're at right now.
Okay, but what I'm saying, this is the agenda. It says on there they're going to read the rules of, read rules of conduct to the audience. And before that, and they did not
I
do
admire
that.
your passion, I just.
They didn't do it. It's that, do you disagree with that? They absolutely didn't do what they said they were going to do on the agenda.
And as I said, it's information. It's informational for all of you. It wasn't anything that had to be adopted or voted on.
But they did, that's my point. They did vote. We've never voted on the agenda. For the first time ever since I've been coming here, we voted.
Have you ever
They
been to a
voted on
school
it.
board meeting?
No.
Well, I'll bet you there's a lot of people in this room that have. You ask Mrs. Singer, she's on the school board. Ask her, one of the first things they do at the beginning of the meeting is adopt their agenda. And the reason they do that is to present all this other extraneous discussion that has nothing to do with anything that they're voting on. And once they adopt the agenda, that sets the agenda. And then that is the beginning of the meeting. where
That's
the
actually
public
incorrect from
can
Guffey
then-
anyway.
Can then comment on the agenda item.
I was on that board. We don't adopt the agenda.
I've never been to a school board meeting, and I don't really care. This isn't the school board. This is township supervisor meeting. They have never done it as long as I've been coming for years. They voted to adopt this agenda. That's part of the agenda. They didn't do what they said they were going to do in black and white. So my position is it should not stand legally. And
No,
again, respectfully,
no, you're wrong.
I disagree with you.
But
And there has been points.
You and I prayed together in a group before the meeting. We both basically pledged to agree to disagree.
Okay.
That's where we're at.
All due respect then, three items have been brought up already at this meeting, that the last meeting, that people disagreed on, found to be incorrect
And
on
actually,
the advice of you to the board that they
I
follow
disagree,
through.
but to this point in this meeting, Mr. Fiddler's been very patient. Most of the things that are being commented on aren't even on the agenda. So he's letting you go already. He's not even following the rules to a T. He's letting you comment on things that aren't even on this
No, everything
agenda.
I commented was on the agenda. The police department and.
That's
rules
not
of
on the
conduct.
agenda. Police department's not on the agenda.
Sure it is. Police department.
That's the police department report.
Number 3 under old business, taking posted in police wages.
There's no motions, there are no scheduled motions tonight involving the police department.
Okay, well, I didn't get answers from last meeting, so. Anyway, the point is, there's some things brought up that are inconsistent with the law. So I will agree to disagree with you on this.
Amen.
And I think they should absolutely give people a chance, opportunity to talk as per agenda item, because that's the right way to do it. Thank you.
My name is Steve Antoinette. I've been in Donegal since 2000. My name is Steve Antoinette. I've been in Donegal since 2011. And I just wanted to ask, given that everybody's upset about maybe restricting the public participation, are we allowed to speak at the end of the meeting, or is this the only time, as it stands now, that it's right?
There's public comment in the meeting.
Or is that the end?
Yeah, are you sure? Because I thought it said.
It doesn't say it on the.
Mr. Solicitor.
According to your rules, no, unless the chairman, in his leadership of the meeting, deems it appropriate, if you have time or whatever, or if it is appropriate,
Would we
to
be-
have an open-ended comment at the end of the meeting.
So given that there isn't, to put everyone's mind at ease, can you vote on it now and say, yes, we'll allot a specific period of time at the end of the meeting for public comment, yes or no? Is anybody willing to put that up, take a vote, and let it stand on record?
I make a motion that we hold public comment at the end of the meeting. Open public comment.
I second it. I'm all about free speech.
And if y'all want to restrict it to 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and we can go home, I wouldn't be opposed to that, but at least let some people have their voices heard. That would be my request.
Got a motion and a second, how you vote?
Okay, Ms. Croft,
Yes.
Mr. Shingle,
Yep.
Mr. Fiddler,
Yeah.
Ms. Imes,
Yes.
Martin.
No.
Thank you.
Approval of minutes. Take action to approve the minutes from the Board of Supervisors reorganizational meeting held on January 6, 2020.
I make a motion to approve the minutes from January 6, 2020, Board of Supervisors reorganizational meeting.
Rick, I can't hear you, and I'm only not even halfway back. I can't hear you or Tammy.
Tammy made a motion to approve the minutes. Do you have a second? I'll second.
A motion and a second.
Comments?
Any comments?
Yeah, originally, Rick Fizzler motioned to rescind employment contracts offered by the Board of Supervisors on December 30th, 2019. Tammy Iams actually made the motion to enter into talks with the police to get the contract corrected, and if not, then they would direct the solicitor to take legal action to rescind the contract. The executive session motion was made prior to the hiring of the labor solicitor. After the motion to advertise the secretary treasurer position, Ed Shingle made a motion to appoint Sharon Baldwin, not Tammy Iams, as the secretary treasurer. Then is when Sharon left the meeting. And Johnny Ankozik asked the board if they were retaining him as chief of police, not as stated in the minutes. Not as he's still chief of police.
Wasn't even here December 13th, December 30th.
No, but you made a motion to rescind all the
That was the
appointment
motion you
contracts
made.
offered by the Board of Supervisors on December 30th, 2018.
Yeah.
That's the motion you made originally.
But need correction too, because it had the one that I voted no and I voted yes for chairman.
And do we want to table them?
Yes.
Adopt them with, you all agree on the corrections, you can adopt them with those corrections.
You want to do that? With the correction?
I'll make a motion.
Say it again.
Submit to me the, what you want the changes to be on, originally correct. The way you want.
We cannot hear you.
Tammy, to send her, or change her motion. What was it, Tammy,
With corrections.
with the corrections? What was the correction?
There were a lot of
You just read it.
There's a bunch of them.
There's a bunch of them. And Mr. Fiddler said he had one also.
Motion and second. How did you vote?
Mr. Shingle,
No.
Mr. Fiddler,
Yes.
Ms. Ives,
Yes.
Mr. Martin,
Yes.
Frost,
Yes.
motion carries 4-1.
Financial business, take action to approve the treasurer's report dated December 16th, 2019 through January 20th, 2020. Motion to approve the treasurer's report dated December 16th, 2019 through January 22nd. Okay. Already read that.
I make a motion to approve the treasurer's report dated December 16, 2019 through January 20th, 2020.
Second.
You got a motion and a second? What treasurer?
Do something.
Did you second?
Yes.
Okay,
What treasurer's making the report?
Right.
I can get information together, if that's what you're asking.
Township code says that on the first Monday, the board shall, Mr. Solicitor,
You're right,
appoint. That is not what you directed these guys to do last time.
I didn't direct them to do anything.
You've been running things since you got here.
Mr. Shingle, I take. I
Doesn't
disagree.
require a response.
Well, then please don't spread misinformation, please.
What treasurer, it's a simple question, what treasurer are we voting, what made the report that we're voting on?
Can I ask questions? Like I said.
okay.
I made the information, so.
Tammy did the information, did all the information.
But how do we take action on a treasurer's report that a treasurer didn't do?
Right.
And don't take action.
Well, if there's
Take
something
action
wrong
on
with
it.
it, you come back.
Use this information as a statement of purpose.
Big table.
say to approve it as a statement of accounts instead of a treasurer's report.
What's the motion?
I will change it to approve the statement of accounts from December 16th through January 2020. 20th, 2020.
Second.
Are we allowed to ask questions?
No.
Okay.
Text me your question and I'll ask it.
Got a motion and a second.
I mean, legitimately, if you text me your question, I'll ask it, but I don't know what else. I don't know how, so what is a statement of accounts? What does that entail?
Exactly what you have in front of you.
So what's the difference between taking action as a treasurer's report versus a statement of accounts? Did we have to vote on a statement of accounts?
No, you do absolutely nothing. Just review it and do nothing. But at least you and everyone around is aware of the statement of the treasury at this point in time. Finances in your last meeting.
Would you speak up, please?
The motion and a second.
Mr. Fiddler,
Yes.
Ms. Hine,
Yes.
Mr. Martin,
Yes.
Ms. Croft,
No.
Mr. Shingle.
No.
Motion carries 3-2.
Take action to pay the township bills.
I'd like to know how you're doing that. Matter of fact, I think the auditors would probably like to know how you're doing it
Then I'll
too.
make a motion to appoint myself as a temporary treasurer until the position is filled.
She bonded?
I do hold a $1 million bond.
What a shock.
Is that a surety bond or a
Yes.
fidelity bond?
It is a surety bond,
Surety bond don't get it.
and it's actually the one for the township, the same as what we have bonded our previous treasurer on.
You mean Sharon?
Yes.
A surety bond isn't what we need. Unless you're gonna put a roof on the building or something. Work on the road, maybe. Who authorized payment of that?
I bought it myself. And I have the letter that it is a treasurer's bond in the amount of $1 million from Bailey Insurance. And it went into effect as of January 13th, 2020.
That's timely.
I would urge you all to check the second class township code, that is not enough money.
Yeah,
It's not.
You have more than that in the bank right now.
yeah.
That's what Sharon had. So we-
It doesn't matter. You now know that it's
Right.
incorrect.
Correct. I really agree with you. I'm not arguing with you. If you would like, I will up my bond until we get a treasurer.
If you're the treasurer, are you gonna sign each check twice? Once as a supervisor and once as a treasurer?
No.
So then she would step down as the supervisor in order to fill the treasurer position temporarily?
So what does happen? So the question is,
I don't know.
yeah, so when you sign, are you signing as the secretary, or are you signing as a treasurer or are you signing as a supervisor?
I would sign as a treasurer.
So then she would step down as a supervisor while she's temporarily treasurer.
No.
She can't hold both positions,
Yes, you can,
even temporarily.
even full-time.
You've had it on before.
Correct. It's not an incompatible office.
Why do you do Kathy such
We'll see what the federal prosecutor said.
What's the motion? You guys gotta speak up out down there.
to appoint Tammy Hines as interim treasurer?
Doug, can you speak up, please?
The motion that's been made, second, is to appoint Tammy Hines as interim treasurer.
Who's second?
Mr. Martin, would you second it?
No, but I will.
So a motion and a second on that.
But we didn't have a motion in a second minute ago. when you
Well,
said
I
we did.
asked Ms. Cross.
I thought that he
Said that
did,
Mr.
but it
Martin
might have
did.
been for the unpaid bill list.
Okay,
Okay, so the surety bond is not high enough right now, correct? So,
Subject to the increase.
so even if we passed it, then you couldn't, the bills could not be paid.
Until she gets a warrant.
Anybody got to answer my question about the type of bond?
I just told you what it was.
I asked you, and you said it's an surety bond.
It's a treasurer bond. It's a treasury bond that's required for secretaries and for treasurers. And it will be here tomorrow.
And the township has spent no money on it?
No.
It's good because you couldn't. No.
No, because it was no mail today, it didn't come today. She said it would be here tomorrow.
So we're going to address this next month?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Mr. Martin? A motion
Okay.
to name Tammy Hines as interim treasurer, subject to the increase of the bond amount.
I vote yes.
What amount did you guys say? Can't hear.
Mr. Martin?
Currently, they said there's 1.3 million in the bank.
Ms. Croft?
No.
Mr. Shingle?
No.
Mr. Fiddler?
Yes.
Ms. Hines?
Yes.
Motion carries 3-2.
Conflict of interest.
Shouldn't Ms. Hines abstain?
Hold on.
Guys, this is important. Can I please ask the question? Come on.
Yes.
I would like to address the solicitor, since he's our legal counsel.
You can talk to the chair.
Okay, Mr. Fiddler, will you please ask Mr. Tatoris? I want to know if it's legal. I'm not saying anything about ethical or moral or whatever. First, is it legal for Mrs. Imes, or can she appoint herself, make the motion to appoint herself? And also, can she vote on herself? I mean, I don't know the answer. I'm asking a legitimate question. And secondly, would you have to include the amount, set the amount of the increase before you make the motion to like $1.5 million or whatever the...
Okay, there's three questions. You want to answer that?
Go ahead.
I'll take your last one first. I think Mr. Teagard mentioned in the motion, it's 1.3 million. It's available to the treasurer. And that's all the amount of bond you have to meet, is the amount of money that's available to the treasurer. Secondly,
Pause.
the position of township supervisor is not incompatible with the office or appointed position of secretary treasurer. Happens an awful lot in small townships, so there's no problem. Thirdly, no, I don't think there's a conflict of interest. There's Mrs. Imes isn't being paid for the position whatsoever. If she were being paid, it would be a different situation, and yes, she would then, she should abstain at that point. So she has absolutely no financial interest in gain by being your secretary, other than making sure that the township business carries on while, in the interim, while you search for a new secretary treasurer.
Just want to make sure it's legal. I think Ms. Wright said that it's, the bonds to be as much could be available at any given time. So if it's 1.3 now, it certainly should be in excess of that, like 1.3.
To the treasurer. To
What's
the
that?
treasurer. An amount of money that is available to the secretary treasurer.
So if there's 1.3 in there now,
There's 1.3 in the township bank accounts.
right, so you should make it like $1.5 million, correct?
I don't know. I don't know what that, I don't know what your cash flows are.
So that means Sharon might work on the bottom.
Well, you would know that better than anybody, what at any given time, it says at any given time could be available, right?
The amounts that I gave you are what was from the bank statements as of December 31st.
And actually, I think what the language says, it says not available at any time, in an amount, basically, what the supervisors feel is appropriate. So if they feel 1.3 is an average amount that would be available to the treasurer at any given time, then that would be enough.
All right. Well, my concern is when Act 13 comes in, that's going to boost that quite a bit, so.
Mr. Chairman, with all due respect, I gave that paper to you, not Doug.
Let's read it. So we won't play cat and mouse here, we'll just read it. It says, treasurer's bond, the township treasurer, if an individual shall give bond with a surety company. If it's just an individual, a surety company. So actually, treasurer's bond is even better. So she could give a surety bond in an amount established by the Board of Supervisors for the faithful performance of the duties of the office. The amount of the bond shall equal the highest amount of township funds estimated by the Board of Supervisors to be available to the township treasurer at any time during the current year. The bond shall be filed with the Board of Auditors of the township. So the township supervisors, in its infinite wisdom,